Good morning students, myself Dr. B.M. Chogla, new faculty appointed in chemistry department. Welcome to Sai Niketana online CET classes. Today going to discuss some points, synopsis on solution topic. Solution, it is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components which do not react chemically. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components which do not react chemically. And the formation of solution requires minimum two components, one is solute and other one is solvent. Then next one is solvent. What is solvent? The component which is present in larger proportion in the solution, the component present in larger proportion in the solution, that is called solvent, and which determines the physical state of solution. Solvent determines the physical state of solution. Next one is solute. Two or more components present in the lesser proportion in the solution is called solute. Solute components are more than one, but the solvent component is always alone. Then if the solution contains only two components, and these are called as binary solutions. For example, salt plus water, salt solution, sugar plus water, sugar solution. If the solution contains three components, then the solutions are called as ternary solutions. For example, alcohol plus acetic acid plus water. These are the examples for binary and ternary solution. Next one is characteristic properties of solutions. What are the characteristic properties? First one, it is a homogeneous mixture. Second one is the formation of solution is a physical change but not chemical change. Formation of solution is only a physical change but not chemical change. Third one is the solute cannot be separated from the solution by filtration. In the solution, the solute cannot be separated from the solution by filtration. By filtration, solute cannot be separated from solution. Fourth one is the solute can be separated from solution by crystallization, evaporation and distillation. From these three methods, the solute can be separated from solution. Next one is the way properties like density, boiling point and vapor pressure. These depends on the relative amounts of solute and solvent. The properties like vapor pressure, density, boiling point, these are depends on the relative amounts of solute and solvent. Next one is the properties, the variables like temperature, pressure and composition may affect the properties of solution. Properties of solutions are density, vapor pressure and boiling point depends on relative amounts of solute and solvent, and the variables like temperature, pressure and composition may affect the properties of solution. Then last characteristic property is there is no effect on solids. There is no effect of pressure on solid solution. Solid solutions are very much less compressible or incompressible, and there is no effect on pressure on the solid solution. Next is types of solutions. Types of solutions, these are divided into two different types. First one is based on nature of solvent. Types of solutions, first one is based on the nature of solvent. These are classified into 6 different types. First one is aqueous solution. Aqueous solutions are those in which the solvent is water. Second one is non-aqueous solutions. Non-aqueous solutions means solvent is other than water. It may be carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide, benzene, toluene, etc. Other than water, the solvent is used, then the solutions are called as non-aqueous solutions. Next one is alcoholic solution. Solvent is alcohol. Then fourth one is ethereal solution. The solvent is always as a ether. And fifth one is ammonical solutions. The solvent is liquid ammonia. Then sixth one is amalgam solution. In amalgam solution, any one of the component is in the solution is mercury. It may be solute or solvent. Any one of the component in the solution is mercury, then the solutions are called as amalgam solutions. And some of the commonly used non-aqueous solvents are carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide, benzene, chloroform, liquid sulfur dioxide, liquid ammonia and acetic acid, etc. Then second classification of solutions based on the physical states of matter. Matter is classified into three different ways, generally solid, liquid and gas. The physical states of matter, the solutions are classified into three different types. First one is gaseous solutions. In this, the solutions in which the solvent is gas and the solute is either gas or liquid or solid, these are called as gaseous solutions. And these gaseous solutions are further classified into three different types. One is gas in gas, liquid in gas and solid in gas. The example for gas in gas is atmospheric air or mixture of nitrogen and oxygen. And example for liquid in gas. Liquid in gas means, or gas in gas means, the gaseous solute components present in the gaseous solvent. Liquid solute components present in the gaseous solvent, these are called as liquid in gas solution, and best example is moisture in air. Next one is solid in gas, the Camphor particles present in the air, this is an example for this. Next one is liquid solutions. Liquid solutions are those in which solvent is liquid and the solute is either gas or liquid or solid, and these are also classified in three different types. First one is gas in liquid. Example for this is oxygen in water or soda water. Soda water is the carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, that is carbonated water. Next one is liquid in liquid. Example is alcohol in water. Third one is solid in liquid. Salt in water or sugar in water or urea in water, these are the examples. Next one is solid solutions. Solid solutions are those in which the solvent is solid and solutes are either gas or liquid or solid. Examples in these are also classified in three different ways, and examples for first one gas in solid is hydrogen gas on palladium or the dissolved gases in the minerals are the examples for gas in solid. Second one is liquid in solid. Example is amalgam. Mercury is present in any metal like sodium, potassium, that is sodium amalgam, potassium amalgam. These are the examples for liquid in solid. Then last one is solid in solid. Examples is alloys, that is brass, or simple example is ornamental gold which is mixed with copper. This is a best example for solid in solid solutions. Next, coming to methods of expressing the concentration of solution. Methods of expressing the concentration of solution. The concentration of solution means which describing its composition. Concentration of solution means which describing its composition. Initially, the concentration of solution was explained by qualitative method, and qualitatively it can be described by using two words, dilute and concentrated. Dilute solution and concentrated solution. Dilute solution means the solution in which a very small quantity of solute is present in the solution, that is dilute solution. And concentrated solution means the solution in which large quantity or excess of solute in the solution, that is concentrated solution. And however, this kind of description leads to confusion. Then later it was explained quantitatively, and quantitative method for expressing the concentration of solution is the amount of solute present in the definite quantity of the solution relative to the solvent. Definite quantity or of solution containing definite amount of solute, and this is also expressed as a strength of solution. Concentration of solution is also called as strength of the solution. In this strength of the solution, the weight of the solution is calculated by using density of the solution. In this the strength or weight of the solution is calculated by using formula density. Density is nothing but weight by volume. The density of the solution is weight by volume. By using this relation, weight of the solution is calculated density into volume, and the unit of density is gram per ml or gram per cm cube. And one more very important term, that is specific gravity. Specific gravity, it is the ratio of density of the solution to the density of the water. The ratio of density of the solution to the density of water is nothing but specific gravity or relative density. Density of solution divided by density of water is nothing but specific gravity, and it is also called as relative density, and it has no unit. Density by density, it is a unitless quantity. Next, coming to methods for expressing the concentration of terms are in different ways. In this, first one is mass percentage or weight percentage. It is represented by W by W. Mass percentage is the amount of solute in grams dissolved or present in 100 gram of the solution. That is, the expression used to represent the mass percentage is W small w by small w plus capital W. Small w is nothing but weight of the solute, and capital W is the weight of the solvent. In the denominator, the weight of the solution is 100 gram, that is the sum of weight of solute as well as weight of solvent, and this part is called mass fraction. Mass fraction is the ratio of weight of the solute by weight of the solution, and the percentage is nothing but it is multiplied with 100. Next one is volume percentage. It is denoted by a symbol V by V. The volume of solute in ml present in or dissolved in 100 ml of the solution. Both solute as well as solvents are in volume in ml, and the volume percentage is equal to small v by small v plus capital V into 100. Small v is volume of the solute and capital V is nothing but volume of the solvent. The sum of volumes of the solute and solvent is small v plus capital V. Next one is mass by volume percentage, that is W by V. The amount of solute in grams present in 100 ml of the solution, that is mass by volume percentage is W by V into 100. This is the formula used to calculate the mass by volume percentage. Then fourth one is parts per million. Parts per million is simply designated as ppm, parts per million, and it is the number of parts by mass of solute present in million parts by mass of the solution, that is weight of the solute by weight of the solution into 10 raised to 6. This is million parts of the solution. The number of parts by mass of the solute present in million parts by mass of the solution, that is called ppm, and this unit is generally used to calculate the pollutants present in water as well as air. And mass by volume percentage is generally used in the medicinal as well as pharmaceutical industries. Next, fifth one is mole fraction. It is denoted by a symbol X. It is mole fraction is the ratio of number of moles of one component to the number of moles of all the components present in the solution. It is the ratio of number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all the components present in the solution, and mole fraction X is equal to number of moles of a component, means single component divided by total number of moles of all the components. For a binary solution, mole fraction of solute, it is represented as X1 is equal to N1 divided by N1 plus N2. For a binary solution means which containing only two components, one is solute and other one is solvent. The number of moles of solute divided by total number of moles of solute and solvent. And mole fraction of solvent, that is denoted by symbol X2, is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. And from this, the sum of mole fractions of all the components present in the solution is always unity or equal to 1. The sum of mole fractions of all the components present in the solution is always unity. For example, in the binary solution which containing only two components, one is solute and other one is solvent, X1 is solute and X2 is mole fraction of solvent. X1 plus X2 is equal to N1 by N1 plus N2 plus N2 by N1 plus N2, and N1 plus N2 by N1 plus N2, this is equal to 1. More than two components or the sum of mole fractions of all the components in the solution is always unity. And for a dilute solution, the mole fraction of solute is denoted by N1 by N2. In the denominator, N1 is negligibly small as compared with the number of moles of solvent. In the denominator, the N1 is negligibly small and it is neglected in the denominator, and for a dilute solution, the mole fraction of solute is N1 by N2, and it has no unit and independent of temperature. Mass percentage, mole fraction, these are the independent of temperature. Next one is, next concentration term is molarity. It is denoted by a symbol capital M. Molarity is the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution or 1000 ml of the solution, that is nothing but molarity. M is nothing but M is equal to N by V liter. N is nothing but number of moles. M equal to N by V means number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution, or number of moles is equal to molarity into volume in liter, or the number of moles in milliliter is equal to molarity into volume of the solution in ml. Then the number of moles is nothing but weight by molecular weight. Number of moles is nothing but weight by molecular weight, and substitute the value of N in this equation. M is equal to molarity equal to weight by molecular weight into 1 by V liter, and this volume is expressed in ml and it is multiplied with 1000, W by MW into 1000 by VML. and from this expression it is rearranged to mass by volume percentage. W by V ml into 100 is nothing but mass by volume percentage, and it is denoted by X, that is solubility, into 10 divided by molecular weight, and density is equal to 1 in this case, and X into D into 10 divided by molecular weight, and density of the solution is always equal to specific gravity if the density of the solution, density of the water is equal to 1. Density of the solution is equal to specific gravity when density of water is equal to 1. By substituting density as a specific gravity, by knowing the specific gravity as well as percentage composition of solute in mass by volume, the expression used to calculate the molarity is X into specific gravity into 10 divided by molecular weight, and this molarity is decreases with increase in temperature. This is a temperature dependent parameter, and the unit of molarity is mole per liter, and it decreases with increase in temperature. Why molarity of the solution is temperature dependent parameter? In this relation, by increasing the temperature, the volume is slightly expansion. The volume of the solution takes place a very slight expansion, and the number of solute particles present in the solution is remains same, but the increase in the volume, the concentration of the solution, that is molarity, decreases. Molarity decreases with increase in temperature. And for dilution of a given volume of solution with molarity M1 to the concentration M2 is represented by formula M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. The V1 volume of solution is diluted to V2 volume with concentration M2 is represented or calculated by using this formula, and the volume of water required for diluting the solution of V volume with concentration M1 to M2 is represented by formula volume of water required for diluting the solution of volume V and concentration M1 to M2 is equal to higher concentration minus lower concentration divided by lower concentration into V. The amount of water required for diluting the solution of volume V and concentration M1 is converted into M2, this formula is used. And molarity of a mixture of same solution is calculated by using formula M into V is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 for a binary solution. Therefore, molarity of the mixture is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V. This V is nothing but V1 plus V2. V is equal to V1 plus V2. And the molarity of mixture of acids and base is calculated by using formula molarity of mixture of acids and base. MV is equal to M1 V1 minus M2 V2. Therefore, M is equal to M1 V1 minus M2 V2 divided by V. V is nothing but V1 plus V2. And if the solution having concentration, molarity of the solution is 1 and this is called molar solution. If the molarity of the solution is 0.5 and it is called semi-molar solution. If the molarity of the solution is 0.1 and it is called decimolar solution. If the molarity of the solution is 0.01, it is centimolar. And the molarity of the solution is 0.001 m and it is called millimolar solution. This is about the molarity of the solution. Next concentration term is normality. It is denoted by a symbol capital N. Normality is the number of gram equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of the solution. It is number of gram equivalents of substance or solute present in 1 liter of the solution. That is called normality. Normality N is equal to number of gram equivalents of solute divided by volume of the solution in liter. And number of gram equivalents is calculated by using this formula normality into V liter. In this, the gram equivalent is nothing but weight by equivalent weight. Normality N is equal to W by EW into 1 divided by V liter, and liter is converted into ml. W by MW into 1000 divided by VML, and in the same manner this is expressed in mass by volume percentage. N is equal to W divided by VML into 100 into 10 by, sorry, this is equivalent weight. This is equal to x into 10 divided by equivalent weight, and n is equal to x into d into 10 divided by equivalent weight, and d is replaced by specific gravity into 10 divided by equivalent weight. And this normality, the unit of normality is gram equivalent per liter, gram equivalent per liter, and it is also temperature dependent. Temperature dependent concentration term. It also decreases with increasing temperature. It decreases with rise or increase in temperature. Here also the normality of solution for dilution of the solution is also expressed in normality, that is, for dilution normality is calculated by using formula N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2, and the volume of water required for diluting the volume of solution V and concentration N1 to N2 is volume of water is equal to higher concentration minus lower concentration divided by lower concentration into V. By using this formula, the amount of water required for diluting the given volume of solution with concentration N1 to N2 is calculated by using this formula. And normality of mixture of same solution is calculated by using NV is equal to N1 V1 plus N2 V2, and N is equal to N1 V1 plus N2 V2 divided by V. V is nothing but V1 plus V2, and the normality of mixture of acids and bases are calculated. Normality of a mixture of acids and bases is calculated by using NV is equal to N1 V1 minus N2 V2, or it is also represented NaVa minus NbVb. A represents acid, B represents base. In these cases, there are three different cases from this formula. N is equal to NaVa minus NbVb divided by V. N is equal to NaVa minus NbVb divided by V. N is equal to, NaVa is greater than NbVb, NaVa is less than NbVb, and NaVa is equal to NbVb. In this case, if NaVa is greater than NbVb, solution is acidic in nature. If the solution in which NaVa is less than NbVb or NbVb is greater than NaVa and the solution is basic in nature, then last case NaVa is equal to NbVb, then the solution is neutral in nature. These are the three different cases. And one more term, that is equivalent weight. Equivalent weight. Equivalent weight is defined as, it is the number of parts by mass of substance or solute that can combines or displaces 1.008 parts by mass of oxygen or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine or 8 parts by mass of oxygen. Equivalent weight of the solution is nothing but it is the number of parts by mass of substance that combines or displaces 1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine or 8 parts by mass of oxygen. And the equivalent weight of substance is calculated by using different ways. In this, first one is equivalent weight of acids. Equivalent weights of acids is E acid or EW acid is equal to molecular weight divided by basicity. Basicity is nothing but number of replaceable hydrogen atoms in an acid. For HCl and HNO3, the basicity is 1, H2SO4 basicity is 2, acetic acid basicity is 1, oxalic acid basicity is 2, then phosphoric acid, orthophosphoric acid basicity is 3. Then second one is equivalent weight of bases is E base is equal to molecular weight divided by acidity. Acidity means number of hydroxy groups present in a base. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, acidity is 1. Calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, acidity is 2. Aluminum hydroxide, basicity is 3. Third one is equivalent weight of salt. Equivalent weight of salt is equal to formula weight divided by formula weight or molecular weight of substance divided by total number of positive charge on cation or negative charge on anion. By using this formula, the equivalent weight of salt can be calculated, that is formula weight divided by total number of positive charge on cation or total number of negative charge on anion. For example, NaCl, total number of positive charge in the NaCl is also 1 and negative charge is also 1, and if we consider only 1. Next one is equivalent weight of an oxidizing agent or reducing agent is calculated by using molecular weight of an oxidizing or reducing agent divided by change in oxidation state. Change in oxidation state. These are the formula used to calculate the equivalent weights of substance. For example, acid, base, salt and oxidizing or reducing agents. Next concentration term is molality. It is denoted by a symbol small m. Molality is the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of the 1 kg of the solvent or solution. Number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solution or solvent, that is m is equal to number of moles of solute divided by weight of the solution in kg. This is equal to n divided by w in kg. This is equal to w by mw into 1 divided by w kg. This is w. M is equal to w by mw into 1000 divided by w in grams. And this is also expressed in mass by mass percentage, x divided by mw into 1000 divided by 100 minus x. From this, by knowing the mass percentage, the molality of the solution is calculated, and its unit is moles per kg, and it is independent of temperature. It is independent of temperature. By increasing the temperature, there is no effect on mass of the solution. On the formula